welcome to Cute Mania Live. I think
Hi.
the sound worked that time. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's a band that I'm not going to give out their name, but that's a band that I've been talking to, and hopefully get them on in August. They're from out in Bakersfield, so that's cool.
Oh, they're cool. We were just commenting on like how awesome that song was.
They don't sing.
They kind of remind me a little bit of Minus the Bear.
And there's only 2 of them, so
it's
kind of cool.
That's cool.
Pretty short.
Yeah, they were awesome. That was an awesome song.
Yeah, I've been talking to them. So hopefully we'll get them on. You'll know who they are here pretty soon. But this week I have Caustic Casanova on, and they're Jacob's in Frederick, somewhere in the woods. We don't know for sure.
Mount Airy.
And then we have Stephanie and
Francis.
And are you guys in DC? Or are you in Frederick also, just not in the woods?
We live in Frederick. We live in downtown Frederick.
They live 30 minutes from me, not in the woods.
The woods is 30 minutes from downtown.
Yeah, because I live in a little town called Mount Airy, which is like a pretty rural area, like kind of towards Baltimore. So I'm like less than an hour from Baltimore here, whereas in Frederick, Baltimore is maybe like an hour, 20 minutes or so.
There's a Mount Airy in Virginia that I go through when I'm on my way south. Yeah, so it's not the same area because that would be geography's. So how you guys doing? You guys were quite busy last I guess in the last week and this weekend in the studio, and I was kind of trolling you guys and just, why aren't they answering my texts and my email? No, I'm kidding. I wasn't mad at all. But but you guys were heavily in the studio. So what do you got going on? Kind of give us a little teaser.
Well, we are recording our new album. And it would have been finished by now had the little thing called the pandemic not happened.
Oh, so, you had all the time. You had a whole year to work on it.
we had a little bit of a delay.
We did practice.
Yeah. And well, it was cool because we were able to sort of work out some different instrumentation. Like I got a keyboard during the pandemic. And so like I've added some like keyboard to this record, and that's something that's never been on the record before.
Now when you play live, because you play drums, right, Stephanie? You play drums.
Yes.
So how are you going to play like with one arm drums and then one arm keyboard, right?
I don't know, whatever works. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We might have to get someone to play some keyboard parts live sometimes, or I might be able to like pre-program some stuff, and we'll have to have that conversation. But
I wonder if you could like use it like how keyboards and organs and stuff have the foot pedals. You could probably do that and just not play the bass drum at all, and just cymbals and snare.
Straight up Geddy Lee it.
Yeah.
There's got to be some way to do it. We'll figure it out.
That'd be very impressive, Steph. I would challenge you to do that.
Yeah. All right. Fine. Challenge accepted.
The whole Cute Mania Live crew challenges you, and Jacob.
Wow. All right. Looks like I'll have to rise to the occasion.
Rob wants to know what kind of keyboard that you got, or what
it's a Casio 88 key digital piano. But it's super cool. It has like 500 different effects and stuff on it. So it's been really fun. No, but I've used quite a few. Like almost every single part that's on the record uses a different texture or effect or a combination of 2 effects. That's one thing that's super cool. There's a feature where you can like layer effects. And I've never had.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I've never had like a keyboard, or a nice keyboard, So it's just been super fun, like experimenting and figuring out all the different things that you can do with it.
Did you ever play the keys before you got it?
I had the little like Walmart like fake keyboards that those
are the best ones. They're vintage.
That like that my mom bought me or whatever, but I've always really loved the piano and like playing it. So anytime I found myself in front of a piano, or I just kind of really enjoy playing it and writing songs. And so I'm not classically trained or anything like that. I have a pretty good ear and I really enjoy playing it. So it just kind of works itself out.
I let Rob borrow my Casio keyboard and he broke it. Well, he didn't break it. The wasn't it a storm or something that broke it? A power surge. That's why you have a surge protector.
That's the worst.
Yeah,
he says it was on a surge protector. Oh no, I didn't. You had the wrong AC adapter. I don't know, but he's got to figure out a way to reset it. I guess nothing. I don't know what happened to it. I haven't seen it. I'd probably cry if I saw it. I don't know, but I wasn't playing it. It was just kind of here at the house, and I just said, "Here, well, he was dabbling on, and he was playing it really good." So they can't hear you talk, Rob.
I can kind of hear him. I can tell that someone's there. It's just like sounds like mumbling.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell he's here a lot of even when you're in the same room, and you're just like, yeah, I can tell somebody's here, but I can't really hear him. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, well, it's a 58. You're using a 58, so it's pretty much only picking up your voice.
Well, I have another one here that I got with this podcast setup. That like a year ago when I started this show a year ago, they didn't have these podcast bundles. You just had to get different things, and people like these companies really didn't know what to tell you to get, But now they have these bundles, so you just get these bundles. But I got this. It's a Behringer mixer, so it came with this Behringer microphone.
Yeah,
I didn't like it. I didn't like the.
Well, the 58 is great. I mean, it doesn't like have any room noise at all. So I mean, it's almost good because you can like record anywhere and you don't have like.
Yeah, I don't have a tractor going in the background either.
Yeah, like me. Yeah. Like if I had a 58 right now, you could not hear that tractor.
No, yeah, I can't hear it at all. But
I can't hear it. So your phone's doing a great job.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, with
tractors.
Awesome. So I have to kind of explain what happened with the last episode. I had Lucky Jesus from Brazil on, and it was a fantastic episode. They were down in Rio, and in their studio, and they shared their screen, and they pulled up their DAW, and we could kind of see how they because they do electronic music, so they were kind of showing how they put together their songs and different beats and all that, and I had to pull it down though because you couldn't really hear them. The audio was quieter on their end. So I'm trying to edit the video. I'm working through it, and I might be able to just post it back up, or we'll just have to do an episode again. So, but I do want to thank them for coming on, and because it was a really good episode, and I was afraid with like their accent, but I met him like like a week before we did the show on Zoom, and they're really, really cool guys. And so we'll get them on again, I'm sure anyway, but we might have to just do it again because
cool.
I didn't have any audio help I really don't have any help anymore. So I just kind of got lucky with having, I was like, I need you here. Actually, I made a post on Facebook that I would pay somebody $20 just to use their ears. If you have ears, you qualify. So I did get one response.
Maybe that will actually be, that technology will be available at some point in the future.
I can hear like what's going on now, and it's perfect. But like I have to like take my headphones off and listen on my tablet to make sure that I don't know. It sucks, but it's I don't have any money coming in, so it's a very low budget production.
Well, hopefully you can monetize this episode, and the bucks.
Well, I won't be able to though because of the music. Every music that's licensed you can't monetize, but that's fine. I don't need to. I would like a sponsor. That would be terrific, but anyway. So I was looking on your. I had to look at your bio again before you guys came on. Your new album is next summer, right? Is that when you're going to drop it?
Probably, yeah. That's
your second full length album, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's up to our label. I mean, and there's just such a crazy. The pressing plants are insane, and our label Magnetic Eye Records is really focused on making like really beautiful vinyl. That's like their whole thing. Oh, so cool. It's going to be the vinyl is like the focus. So it's going to be whenever we can get that, and everybody's so backed up from the pandemic the one plating plant and this one of two plating plants in the world burned down during 2020. So.
It's good timing during the pandemic, right? Way to go.
It's like a year delay for bands with a connection, like that are on a label that has a connection, and like it's like a year and a half delay or more for bands that are not on labels or trying to make their press records on their own. So we'll be done soon, and then wait 1 year.
Where's the label based out of? Magnetic Eye, where are they based?
Well, it was based out of Albany, New York, and now it is based out of Germany and Albuquerque, New Mexico at the same time. They have
that's a stretch.
New Mexico office and a Germany office, and they also have an office in England too.
Wonder how they communicate. You think they're all bilingual?
All German speaking.
I think they're all speaking.
It seems like everybody speaks English. Just English. People that speak English don't the majority of us don't speak another language. I don't know.
Dev speaks 3 languages.
I do.
Like, which ones?
German and Spanish.
Can you speak Pig Latin?
And I bet you can guess the other language. I cannot, but I do also know the Morse code, so maybe that counts. I don't know,
That's
3.5.
Well, you're a drummer, so that would be.
Yeah, I can communicate through drumming, just like Neil Peart in YYZ, right? Communicate the Morse code. Na 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 na.
What does that say?
I'm looking at you, Jake.
I used some restraint, Francis.
Was he laughing at me?
No, it's just he keeps playing that riff.
There's just a multi-layered inside joke at this point about that riff.
So I kind of made a mistake when I first posted about you guys coming on. Stephanie knows what I'm talking about. The very good movie that I had mentioned. That I was.
Oh yeah, it's a great movie though. I was like,
it was very early in the morning or very late at night. I don't know how you want to look at it. It was like 3 a.m. when I posted that, and I made that mistake with Flowers and Spies also. I put abstinence instead of acceptance for their track, but I put Your Fifth Castle as Fifth Element. So who was in Fifth Element?
Filth. It's Filth Castle, like filthy.
Oh, so it's not
like a castle full of filth, like not the number 5. Yeah.
I got the whole thing wrong then.
Well, you were only off by 1 letter the second time, so. Yeah, but it's no big deal. It's named after my. I think I called one of the group homes that I lived in my 20s a Filth Castle because it was like a small house and there were a lot of people living there and there were lots of pets and like.
I didn't even know that. That's awesome.
There are many fond memories from that time, but certain elements of it were not super clean.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at
We've
that.
all been there, needless to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how I got it. I don't know how I got 5th. I don't know. But was there 5 of them? Maybe? I don't know.
Well, not 5 songs, but there were 5 roommates. So
it's a great song. I think that was the first song I ever listened to by you guys before I even, was inquiring about the show.
Yeah, that's one of our most popular songs, I'd say. It was like a single, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, and I saw it live on YouTube also when you guys played it live. And it's all around. It's just.
Yeah, we love that song. That's one of my favorite songs on the record. I think
it's a concert staple, if you will.
Yeah, yeah.
Like people know it when you play it.
People know it and like it and get really into it. It's yeah, it's super fun to play. I never tire of playing it. I can't say that about all of our songs, and that's one of the reasons why I love it so much.
Who writes the lyrics when you guys go to write a song? Do you guys collectively do it? You do
Francis.
All? Yeah.
Yes, Francis writes all the lyrics.
What's Filth Castle about? Like, did you know that backstory before you wrote it, or?
No, I think we named it after that. I mean, Filth Castle is just about. It's just about how a lot of people are very much changed in really bad ways by like social media, which sounds like a super lame thing to write a song about, but a lot of the themes about that kind of thing and watching people change, being different people on the internet really consumes me as like a thought process in the modern world. So I'd say if it's about anything, it's about that. There are certain lines that are directly about that.
Yeah, it is very interesting how people like they're a totally different person when they're on social media, on any social media. It doesn't matter. Like you can do it on YouTube.
Yes. A lot of it brings out the worst in people, and
it does, yeah.
It's an interesting font of things to write about when you open that book up. There's a lot to write about.
Yeah. I do want to play. I do want to play one of your all songs. I was wrestling with which one to play first, and I do that because of like a song with more energy. I'd rather play first, but.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Well,
did he give us instructions? Should this happen? I guess that's on his end.
Come back. It's come back.
Oh, there we go.
Are you back?
We had a small glitch there. I don't know
All
what happened. That might have been on my end. I don't know. It says my internet connection is unstable, whatever that means.
Huh.
Well, it's
I
not
wonder
my
what that can mean.
It's me that's unstable. No, I was wanting to play Fancy English for everybody, and you guys want to talk a little bit about it before we play it?
Could drop a riff.
Yeah, it's the first song on our most recent record, God How I Envy the Deaf.
Which is a fantastic title for an album.
Thank you.
Thanks. We like it. We think it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it?
I mean, it came about from Andrew, who's our other guitar player, who is not here right now. He wrote that first riff, and I just thought it would be a really cool. I don't know if you're familiar with Queens of the Stone Age, but on the album Songs for the Deaf, they have a song for the Deaf that is just one riff for like a minute while the drums just kind of motor around it. And I always wanted to do a song like that. And then when he played that riff one time, I was like, that's the riff that we'll do.
Which is funny because he doesn't even really like Queens of the Stone Age,
Yeah. Well,
that's what makes it better.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah. So, I mean, like, we didn't set out to make a Queens of the Stone Age song. It just sort of like the riff and the opportunity
like
to kind of have
of it, sort of. Yeah.
It just sort of became.
I'd always wanted to do a song like that, but it was like, it always just seemed totally forced anytime I tried it. And then it was like, that riff totally works with Steph just going like, and so that's how and then it just kind of flowed from there. And just, it was kind of, Andrew wrote some of the riffs and I wrote some of them. And then it just kind of flowed naturally. It was based on just one riff and it catching my ear.
Yeah, it's a fantastic song. Let's take a listen to it and let people hear what your sound is.
Okay.
Now, do we mute?
Should we mute? Right. Here.
And then we wonder why heaven isn't cranking up the band for us. When heaven has the band poised, start the celebration and sing your
fantastic. I love
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
I love it. It's I was just looking at my the description I put for you guys on the Facebook event a few weeks ago or whatever, and I saw like sludgy metal, and I noticed I put scholarly jam band, and the reason I put that is because you said you got together in 2005 at William and Mary, which I didn't know personally. I didn't know that it was a public Ivy school or Ivy League school.
I mean,
I don't even know what it means. I had to look that up too.
What does that even mean? Anything?
I don't know.
Matter.
I mean, I know what the Ivy League is. I guess it'd be Yale, Harvard, and all that stuff. But they're public Ivy, I guess, is that, but it's not in the league. I don't know.
It's something that schools that
It's invented.
It's made up term for schools to promote themselves. It doesn't mean
they didn't want to be in that league, so they made up their own thing. That's what it was.
I guess. Sure.
I was trying to do a play on the mascot, the Griffin. Or the Griffins? Is it the Griffins or the Griffin? Singular.
It's the Griffin. It changed like right around the time that I was leaving. I graduated in 2008. Not to age myself.
What were they before? Like the Bears or something?
It was the William and Mary tribe, but it's still the tribe.
I think it's
that's right.
It's just the mascot. The mascot used to be this big green blob called Ebert,
which is tribe
spelled backwards.
Oh, that's
yeah, so they just changed the mascot, but I'm pretty sure that they're still called the William and Mary tribe. I could be wrong. It's been a long time.
I don't know. I didn't go there, so I don't. No, I know. I went to WVU and they played William and Mary a few times, like in basketball and stuff. Like at the beginning of the year or whatever. And I do remember they were tribe, and I think that's how they're displayed, like in sports. I don't know. I don't really care. It's not a sports show, but yeah. But I was trying to do, like, in the description, I was trying to do a play on the Griffin. Like the what was it? How the eagle's head and the lion's body, and I was like listening to your music and trying to write that, and I'm like, this is not gonna work. I can't, because it's your awesome music is different, and it kind of spans a few genres.
Well, I think our music is very, our music's very like chimeric in that we're like a combination of a lot of different things. So I think where you're going is like kind of actually really good. Yeah. Like we've got a lot of different parts to the body, and we're kind of like a mythological beast that's like, all these different animals put together that don't really go together, but make something cool.
But they do. Yeah. They do.
You're the island of misfit toys, if you will.
Yeah.
The island of misfit riffs that no one wants. So we
yes.
songs.
But it really does.
All put together in one 22-minute long song.
That's one thing me and Stephanie were talking about when I was like, well, what 2 songs do you guys want to feature? And she's like, well, a lot of our songs are like, none of them are like under 6 minutes. And I was like, well, that's okay.
Few. Some are.
Yeah.
Actually, on this new record, we're gonna have at least three songs that are like around 4 minutes, which is kind of, I won't say unheard of, but it is rare for us.
Or radio edits, right?
Yeah. There's also going to be one
pretty densely packed for being 4-minute songs, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our 3-minute song is like has riffs for the whole album in it, and it's it's one of our shortest songs we've ever done. So
you guys find that tough to write short songs, especially like set out to write a short song, and you can't do it because you're just jamming out, and it's just.
I do, but Jake and Andrew are better at it. So
better.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say that we necessarily even like set out to write shorter songs this time.
I always write 3 to 4 minute songs, and the song that they're talking about, I think, is actually the one that I contributed the main riff to, right, on the new record.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
Can I say the name, Francis? Lodestar.
Yeah, you can say whatever you. Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
They don't know what you were talking about. I got the audience.
A lot of my projects before have kind of been that it's like really progressive, but like sort of like bite-sized songs, So like the combination of like, making 10-minute long songs like regularly, and then like someone who comes from that same kind of progressive background, like making shorter songs. It's like, yeah, just like very dense for 3 minutes.
Yeah. Do you enjoy the shorter ones, Jake, or do you like to
yeah, I like songs that just kind of like get their point across,
short and sweet.
Yeah, but also like saying that, like, my favorite band is King Crimson, and they have songs that are 11, 12 minutes long. Like, I love long songs. It's just like when I'm writing them, it seems like that's just how they always kind of end up.
Now, did you guys play at Pleasant Street, 123 Pleasant Street? Did I see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
I thought
3 years ago. 3 years
A
ago.
couple times there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great venue.
Yeah, I was when I was talking to you guys, or I sent you a message. I was like, I saw Jake the Hawk. I believe it was Saturday night there, and they were on the show on the 23rd.
I love that place.
Yeah, and that was their first time there, and they loved it too. I mean, I played out. I think it was like open mic. I think I played there, but it wasn't anything like terrific. But the acoustics in that place are terrific, and just the overall ambience of the atmosphere is awesome. But
It's a special place for sure. It's really cool.
Yeah, and then I saw that because the guys from Jake the Hawk, they sent me a flyer that show in August that's over in Baltimore, and then I was like, wait a minute, this is Caustic Casanova. So you guys are playing there too, and I was like, you guys know them. So you guys know who they are and stuff.
Yeah.
They're on.
Awesome.
They're on well, I'm not sure if we can talk about it, but they're on like a compilation thing that's coming out that our label's putting out of AC/DC songs.
Oh, really?
And they did an AC/DC song, a cover that is the weirdest cover I've ever maybe ever heard of a song that's still recognizable as the song. It's awesome.
Weird in a good way.
It's not out yet though, so I can't pull it up or anything, right?
No, it'll come out. It'll come out in December.
Oh, December. I have to wait that long? You guys can send me an early copy or something though, right?
You can
get in touch with our label for a promo copy if you want to write about it early. You probably can.
Might want to do that. Yeah, that sounds. What song did you guys do? Or can you not discuss that?
I don't think we can say what song we've done.
Yeah, we can't say yet,
but it's going to be really good.
It's they're announcing it all really soon, so it'll in a few weeks you'll know what
they're doing. Yeah, they're doing a thing where they're announcing a new band that's involved in the project almost every day. So just watch the Magnetic Eye Records page and you'll know pretty soon.
That's great.
But it was fun. It's definitely, for me, I think one of the most fun covers that we've ever done.
And that's not really your AC/DC is not really your style. I don't think. I mean, just by listening to your stuff, was it challenging?
Well, for me, it's AC/DC was my favorite band when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. My first love and my first thing that really got me into music. So it was really cool, but it was the last band I ever would have thought we would be good at covering or would want to cover. So it was a cool challenge at the beginning, but to me, it was so great and it worked out so awesomely. And it showed continually again and again, why covers are so good for, I think, just any band. I think to do really interesting, good covers that you put a lot of effort into is so awesome, because for us, I know it's the same way with a lot of bands, it teaches you so much about how to play, just a little different approach. And for me as a bass player, learning how to play something really, really simple and then give it my own flair was really fun. And I just never would have thought that I would have learned something about how to play bass better from AC/DC, even, because it's not really a bass band, but I did.
That guitar,
cover.
Guitar stuff is tough, people think it's deceptive, they think that it's just easy stuff, but
now back in 05 when you guys first got
guitar owes something to them, so
back in 05 when you guys first got together, did you play a lot of covers to try to find your sound or just to jam together?
Played some covers. Sure.
Yeah, exactly. When we started as a band of kids, and this is dating us, but so Jake joined in 2019, right?
Yeah.
And so he would have been 10 years old when we were started. He was exactly 10 when we started.
Just as badass, right?
And he probably could have been better. He was probably better than us when he was 10. And that's not even that much of an exaggeration, but we did a lot of bad covers to try to find our sound.
How bad?
Yeah, just
I don't think we thought that they were bad at the time.
We would pick songs we would pick songs that we'd think would be easy to do, like
right, and to understand why they weren't easy. Like
Feel Good Hit of the Summer by Queens of the Stone Age, a lot of Pixies songs. Like definitely the worst one we did was Only Shallow by My Bloody Valentine, which just like haunts me to this day how bad it was. But totally missing the point of a band like that. With a little 3-piece combo out of tiny amps, not really knowing how to play. Of course, it's going to be awful.
And did you play out like just strictly covers?
No, we played mostly originals.
Still mostly originals, yeah. But we played shows like all around campus and stuff from 2005 to 2006 when you graduated.
Yeah. But we got a lot better.
You did mention in your bio that there was some lineup changes and severe injuries, and I was like, well, I hope nobody is still in a coma or something from this. But we were talking about it before we went live, and I was like, is it okay?
Yeah, this band put me in a coma.
So like how many lineup changes have you been through, and what kind of severe injuries were you involved in? Hopefully nothing major.
Well, when we formed in 2005, our original guitar player, Michael, was with us until 2012. And then, when he left to pursue other things, Francis and I were like, what do we do? Do we continue as a bass and drum duo? Are we going to add another guitar player? So we kind of thought about it. We actually played some bass and drum shows, just he and I.
How did that go?
With some new material that we had. And it was super fun, but we were always like, yeah, we definitely need a guitar player to fill out our sound. And Andrew, who is still in the band, unfortunately, he's not here tonight. He was a great friend of ours, and we thought he might be a good person. We still had auditions and stuff, for the guitar player role, but he ended up being the best one. And so he joined the band in 2013, and then we went on a really long, awesome summer tour. And then when we got back from that, I had a very bad accident where I broke both of my wrists and my tailbone all at the same time. And we had a tour booked. So that happened in December. We had a tour booked in February, which we had to cancel. I had to move back in with my parents because, without your hands and without your tailbone, you can't, there's nothing you can do but just lay on a couch like this pretty much.
And your drummer says there's no way you could fake it through the tour.
Yeah. And I mean, I couldn't for about a month, I couldn't even dress myself or feed myself or this is gross. I'm sorry, but go to the bathroom by myself. I couldn't really do anything. And so my wonderful parents took me in for about half a year and just kind of helped me out. And I was going to physical therapy the whole time. So long story short, within about 3 months, I was able to start playing again. And then we just resumed practicing and continued to move forward as a band. And that's sort of when we started touring a lot.
Probably made you stronger too, going through all that and, as a band.
Yeah,
also.
It did. I mean, yeah, it made me a stronger person in, physically, mentally, emotionally. And
so basically,
and then Jake joined in 2019. Sorry, what?
The band got a break while you were going through rehab with all this, right? So
yeah, well, so we called the record that came after that Breaks, not because of necessarily of the the wrist, but that was sort of one of the iterations of the concept of the word breaks. Taking a break, breaking my wrist.
Our band had kind of broken up when Michael left. Steph broke her wrists. We got a good break when we signed to Kylessa's record label after opening for them. So it seemed like
that's a band I've never heard of. I did mean to ask you about them.
They're really awesome. They're from Savannah, Georgia. They're I should say we're a psychedelic metal band. Really awesome. We were huge fans well before we signed to their label. And then we had the opportunity to open for them in Virginia I don't remember if that was 2012 or 2013. 2013.
You guys need to write a book on like everywhere you've been and all the stuff you've done. And I mean, it's very different that bands are together for as long as they are nowadays. It's kind of like marriages. Marriages aren't together as much anymore. They divorce and then I don't know.
It's definitely like a relationship for sure. And there's a lot of interesting stories that come out of very long-term band relationships.
Are there any war stories from like touring you guys together, like that you just want to yell at somebody and I hate you, like just right then you hate them just then, like anything like that?
No, every single show and every experience has been 100% positive. Nothing bad ever happened.
Right.
Well, in terms of personal, like, because we're all such good friends, we just understand each other, and so like we tour together very well. It's like, if it's very obvious that somebody just needs space that day, or they're going through like a tough time, we just, you stay away from them. Or if it depends who it is, maybe they want to talk, then you talk. Like, but because we're such good friends, it makes touring a lot easier in that way, personally.
Right. It's just something you have to learn how to do, and we learned how to do it. And then when Jake joined, we were on tour like almost for like most of a half of a year. So you learn pretty fast, like how to tour. It's like it's a way of being. And I mean, like a lot of bands break up because they don't understand that you have to
boundaries and things, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's just a million things you have to do, and you can't let your ego or you take over too much. It's just got to be like, well, what's best for everyone, and
Now, are you guys able to are you guys have control over your tour to where like you make sure that you have some rest in between shows? Like, some bands are just like back to back to back for nights in a row, and you guys have control over that when you schedule.
Depends on what we're driving, I guess.
Yeah. Usually we try to do like, I mean, you need off days, so we'll usually try to build in an off day every 7 to 10 days. But yeah, I mean, or, if we haven't gotten a few shows and we happen to have like 2 to 3, like, oh, we haven't filled these dates out, but we're like in the Grand Canyon, maybe we'll be like, okay, like, let's visit this national park. Sure. That's never the priority. But yeah, for the most part, they're like pretty stacked.
What's the farthest you guys have gone to play? City
the farthest away is probably Vancouver. I think Vancouver.
Washington or Canada? Is there one in Canada?
Yep.
Oh, wow. How was that?
So
how was that?
Vancouver's cool. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Was it cold?
Those shows are pretty bad there.
The show was cool. It was a house show. It wasn't like packed or anything, but the bands were really cool and everyone was super nice. And the second show, just, I don't know, not a great show, but we've had tons of those. But being in Canada was cool. We've played in Canada a few times, mostly on the other side. Ontario and Montreal. Yeah.
Did you get to fly there, or did you have to drive all the way out there?
We always drive everywhere. I don't think we've never flown anywhere.
You have a bus, or is it just like a van with U-Haul?
It's a van. Yeah. It's just a van. Like, we used to tour when we were a 3-piece. We used to tour just in a minivan, and everything would fit in there. It was a tight squeeze. And now we usually rent 12 passenger vans.
Do you have to sleep in
but
them?
Yeah, it's still a tight squeeze. I mean, I feel like a 15 passenger van would be the amount of space that we want.
Yeah, you might want to up it a little bit, up the numbers a little bit. Do you guys sleep in them in the van when you sleep, or do you just stay awake the whole time?
No, not unless we absolutely have to, and I don't think maybe once or twice we've had to.
Yeah.
We usually stay with friends. We do a combination of staying with friends, some of which we've accumulated through touring.
Sure.
Friends that we had from before, hotels, and we also use couchsurfing.com. I don't know if you've heard of that.
I have, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like for those of you who don't know, who are watching, it's like it's like a Facebook for people who travel, essentially. Cool. And it's free, and it's really cool. It's just people that want to open up their homes to you to meet new people, and
their couch.
They have all sorts of different motivations for doing it. And it's usually not even just a couch. Like, a lot of times you'll get a full bedroom with a nice comfy bed, and they'll cook you dinner, toilet paper,
bed, breakfast,
showers.
That's like kind of like an Airbnb, I guess, right? I have heard of that. My cousin
Yeah,
used to
some of them are like that. But it's sort of the added benefit of being able to meet super cool people that live in that town that can show you around or just talk to you about the town, or that have had their own travel experiences of their own. So, you share stories and
other musicians. Have you stayed with other musicians that you sit and jam with?
Usually we don't have time or energy to jam with them. Yeah. But yeah, so it's been super cool. We've made a lot of really great friends and also had some weird experiences with couch surfing, but they're mostly positive.
Weird positive experiences. Well, hey, let's play the other song, because I don't want to be short on time. All your songs are terrific. I enjoy all of them, really. Even the long ones. I've listened to a lot of Mowing the Grass.
Cool.
Kind of like today I did, but this one is Memory King, and I was trying to. You guys don't have your lyrics posted, so it's kind of hard for me to. I can't really like hear lyrics when I listen to songs. I'm listening to instruments. That's the way my brain works.
We have them.
So, kind of what's this one about? I had this one come up, and a little bit about this one.
This one is just kind of like, I don't know. This one is just kind of like a story about. I don't really know what this one is about. It's like about like a.
We can talk about it afterwards.
It's about like a couple that is like trying to like find like a ghost or something. It sounds so stupid, but there's some like. It's like
I've never known what it's about, so I'm enjoying hearing him try to explain.
Yeah. Well, how about this? Let's play it, and you can think about it while we're playing it.
Yeah, I'll remember more what the lyrics.
Yeah, listen to it afterwards. Hey, but before let's see, what is it? Zentagram commented on YouTube, and they said, "Hi, I love you."
Hi, Zentagram. We love you too.
Casanova rules.
That's Mark Cruikshank.
Yes, we know. That's our very good, wonderful friend, Mark Cruikshank.
Awesome.
Hi.
I want to make sure I always like to make sure I read people's comments, because I encourage them to do that. Anyway, here's Memory King. Let's take a listen to this.
Awesome.
I feel like I'm at a concert at the end of that one.
Great.
Cool.
Awesome.
Like I just want to keep the thing to keep going and then just dun, 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 dun. You know what I mean? I think that was
The intent was to make the end super heavy.
it
I'm
was.
glad it translates.
I really like that riff too. It's very catchy. Like I can't think of how it goes right now because I got things going on. But you know, like the it's like up and down, but it's catchy. I don't know. That's what I get from it.
Cool.
You guys, have you gotten good response from that one? Oh, did you remember what it was about, Francis?
Yeah, I mean, it's still very vague. It's very vaguely about like two people that are like mourning somebody that died, and then there's some way that they like in a basement or a back room like access some ghost, and they can kind of bring the person kind of back alive in a way for a very brief time.
That's interesting. It really is. No, because I remembered. Did you remember? Isn't that what you got to say in it?
I'm forgetting though.
Isn't that how you
clearly forgot, and now I remember.
Well, please remember.
The lyric is actually "Mom Spaghetti." Please remember.
Mom Spaghetti.
I did hear that in there.
I think that was Jake's favorite song on the new record.
And Jake's gonna do an all acoustic misheard lyrics CC Unplugged. Best of at some point. That'll all be
Please do that.
His own compilation record that nobody else.
His own compilation with his own lyrics. He loves to say like "Mom Spaghetti."
I should write something like that too, because I hear lyrics way different from what they really are. Like when I'm listening to things, but I like to listen to the instrumentation of when I listen to anybody. It's of course, you know, and if the singer's good, you know, because I guess you can tell if the singer's not good. But you know, I don't really like. I don't focus on lyrics right away, you know. But you guys have the whole package. So you got the. Was that a ghost? What happened?
It's just not worth talking about.
Haunted Frederick.
Yeah, it's haunted.
It's haunted Frederick for sure.
Are you guys into paranormal stuff at all? You believe in ghosts? Have you had any experiences?
That's a good question. I have not had ghost experiences, but I can't confirm that they don't exist. So
I don't think anybody can really confirm it, but
Yeah.
I like to think
My
they
opinion on
exist.
ghosts is sort of up in the air.
What do you think, Jake?
I don't know. I think that life's more interesting if you can like just not, I don't know, like either just not know or just like pretend they exist.
Or not focus on dead people, right?
Pretty much everything is made up anyway.
Yeah, or added effects and things like that. I mean, you see videos and stuff on YouTube and everywhere else that of people, footage or whatever, but it's usually just a video that's doctored or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I watched the show Ghost Hunters because I think it's really funny.
It is very funny. One of the seasons was filmed in Shepherdstown, West Virginia, which is not that far from here. Yeah.
Zentagram says they have a dog. They don't have time for the ghosts. your buddy Zentagram, he says they have a dog. They don't have time for ghosts.
We have a cat.
Yeah.
And we don't have time for ghosts.
We had a dog.
Our dog died.
What?
Yes, our dog, our wonderful dog Emma, who was a treeing walker coonhound, died in March of 2020, right at the beginning of the pandemic, and we miss her very much. But we have a lot of memories.
Well,
and a beautiful painting that a friend of ours gave us when we played in Colorado last tour.
Yeah.
Was that
on Jake's birthday?
Yeah, it happened to be my birthday, and our date was in Colorado. And we played with this band.
Deer Creek.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was confused Deer Creek and what is it? It was no, yeah. Okay, it was the one that played at Doom.
No, Backwoods Payback is the one.
Backwoods Payback. Yeah, right. Because they both
all
have
great
like foresty names. Anyway, both amazing bands. But Stephanie from Deer Creek actually like made me cupcakes because she knew it was gonna be my birthday. And then their singer and guitar player also gave Fran and Steph a painting that he made of Emma because he met Emma when they stayed with Fran and Steph on tour. Like when Deer Creek came out our way, they usually stay with us. So like,
it was very touching. We were very touched.
So there you go. I mean, that's like, those kinds of experience. That's a really beautiful tour story, and we always get asked about like weird tour experiences or something, but that's like a really amazing one.
What is a
Jake's
good
birthday? Yeah. What a great birthday! What a great present for us. I mean, the whole thing was beautiful, and it's like, that's just the kind of experiences that you only get by getting out there and meeting lots of cool people, and
and finally we can do that again. I mean, I can go to shows and see great bands like you guys, and you guys can get back out and play. And gosh, it was so awful during that whole. Everything was shut down and it was so depressing, but did you guys get the vaccine?
Yeah, it was very difficult. Yes, we all did.
Yes.
Really? I didn't get it, but I just sit in this room and talk to people over Zoom, so it's okay.
Yeah. Well, now there's a bunch of research that Francis just told me about Guillain-Barré syndrome being a possible side effect of the vaccine.
I think I saw that on the news. Was that on the news last night?
Something that anyway. It's actually something that I actually had during that I probably had. But anyway, let's not talk about that.
Hey, let's stay on the subject of touring for a minute. What do you guys got coming up? What can we look forward to? Anywhere near West Virginia that I could. I mean, of course, I could travel to Baltimore. That's not very far, but
we have. So our first live show back is here in Frederick at Cafe 611 with the Obsessed and the Skull and a couple other bands. On August 13th, Friday the 13th.
Whoa.
And so that's going to be super
3 days
cool. It's
before my birthday.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's actually cool because one of our second to last show before the pandemic was also at Cafe 611 with the Obsessed. So it's like things kind of come full circle there. Yeah. And then after that, on the next day, we're playing in Baltimore at Oliver Brewing Company for Zentagram's amazing festival that he's putting on. It's like a 2-day festival in Baltimore, Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
Yep. So that's going to be a total rager of a show. You should come to that.
I'm gonna try to. Yeah, I can't promise anything.
Come
Depends
to Maryland
on the podcasting schedule. No, it doesn't. I'm actually mobile. I can bring my podcast there. And we'll just do it from there.
All right.
You got a lot of bands to interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might be too busy for that.
And then we're in the process of talking about touring right now and basically starting to book a tour, not necessarily as long as our normal tours, which sometimes can be like 3 months long. Yeah. But we're trying to put together a couple like 1 or 2 week tours at the end of October and maybe in December.
You have to come back to Morgantown.
Everything's so jam packed.
Everyone is insanely booked and busy. Although like everyone we've talked to about potentially putting a tour together for us is like, I'm so slammed. Like I work 90-hour weeks, so we've always booked our own tours.
I'll put one together
probably
for
just
you
gonna
guys.
do that.
Hit me up. Sure. I'll put one together. I'll get all the local open mics that I go to. Like, no, I'm kidding. No, we have to. I want you guys to come back to Pleasant Street, though. I'll try to pull some strings up there. Maybe with Jake. Maybe with I don't know, somebody. I'm sure they'll pitch on with somebody.
We love that place. We'd love to come back there.
It's only about a lot of it's less than 30 minutes from my house. Yeah, Morgantown's a fun place. Right. Well, there's a lot of places to play up there too. So if we can't get you in there, we'll get you somewhere. So awesome. Yeah,
cool.
I appreciate you guys coming on. I really do.
Thank you.
It was fun. It was fun. It was
Thanks for asking us.
Hopefully I can like actually physically like shake your hand in person and watch you guys play. And I'm sure
that'd be great.
Phenomenal live show. Your music's
great.
Be
awesome.
Keep it up. I look forward to the AC/DC cover. I want to know what it is, but I can't know right now. And
you'll know soon enough.
Any day now. We'll be able to announce.
Anytime you guys want to come back on, you're welcome to.
It's a deep cut. You probably wouldn't guess it.
I didn't listen to much of them back in the day, so I probably wouldn't even know. But I will listen to it now, especially if you guys did it. I won't even listen to the original version. I'll just listen to your old version.
Can I give a hint? I'll give it.
It's gonna be
yes.
All right, fine, whatever.
It features our dog that we were just talking about.
Oh,
Emma.
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
That really narrows it down.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Rob to bust through the door right now because he went in the living room so he could listen to the thing, and I'm waiting for him to bust the door and just guess it. You know what I mean? But he's not. He wouldn't do that. He took the guitar with him, so I don't think he's even listening to that. I don't know. But let's see. Coming up next week, I'm gonna play a little bit of it here in a minute. Giovanni Orsini and the Inebriators. Talk about a name, right? We're gonna talk about Giovanni.
I know Giovanni actually.
Do you really?
Yeah. And also cool. I've played 1, 2, 3 with that band Culture Thief a couple times. Yeah.
He's the man.
Yeah, I know his band Fortune Teller, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had his friends Catatonia. They were on a few weeks ago, and I just kind of started just looking at their friends on Instagram. Instagram's new to me, so I don't know how it even works, but just kind of look through at people. I think that's how I found you guys, was on Instagram, just kind of looking at stuff, and there you were. Ta-da!
Yeah, you mentioned that.
So so I just kind of. I think he was actually watching the episode with Catatonia and was commenting, and I think we were served on Facebook at the time doing it on there, and they were like, yeah, he's really good. So I started listening to stuff, and I was like, let's get you on the show. And he's like, so they're going to be on next Monday. We'll do it on a Monday. Cool. They show at 8:00. And then after that, July the 27th is exactly 1 year to the day that I started this mania, this whatever this is.
Congrats.
Yeah, and that's
thank
awesome.
you. And it's been a ride. It's been a lot of glitches, and I was on Facebook forever, and I finally got to YouTube, and it's learning. Everything's a learning process. Trust me, it is. And I don't know a lot about technology and things, but it's fun. It's been fun. I've met a lot of cool people like you guys, and I've had international shows. I've had people come in here and play in this room. And but that's on the 27th at 8. We're going to do a 2-hour show because we got some people coming on, previous guests that I haven't heard from in a while, and just going to jump on Zoom. I'll have a couple of people here playing, and it'll be a big hoopla thing. So tune into that. That's 8:00 on the 27th. I believe it's a Tuesday. So it's fun. It'll be a lot of fun. You guys can pop in too. I'll send you the email once I figure out how I'm going to do it in 2 hours. So,
we've done a lot of these, and live on YouTube is much better than live on Facebook. So I think you made the right choice switching.
Well, Facebook was they don't have a license to do any kind of music, so I kept running into copywriting, copyright claims and things, and I had to pull episodes and all that stuff. YouTube, I don't have to do that. They put all that stuff on there for me. They're licensed, and I don't have to get a license, so it's way easier. But it's still learning audio and all that stuff too by myself. So. But I look forward to
you're doing
seeing
a
you
great
guys
job.
out on the road, wherever I see you at, whether it's here or over
Awesome.
there. I'll try to come over. I don't know. We'll see what's going on that weekend and try to get out and see you. Let me make sure
right, cool.
nobody else has commented other than Zentagram. So he loves you guys, and he says you rule.
Feelings
I think you roll
mutual.
too. I'm not allowed to say slaps anymore, so you guys slay. I don't know.
Thank you.
That's good
We-
too.
But I'm gonna
Slay.
play some Giovanni. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, just hang on a little bit here, and I want to chat with you a little bit after we get off the stream here. But I'm gonna play some Giovanni. This album he just put out. It's called Why the Fuck Not, and this song is called The. So join us next week for Giovanni, and we'll talk to him in the Inebriators.